Buonasera e benvenuti al secondo semestre di italiano. So I am your professor, Annette Muñiz Gracia, and this is a very short video about what to expect on the first week. As you know, we have class scheduled Zoom meetings on Mondays and Wednesdays at 12, starting at 12:10, and that corresponds to about half of the scheduled time for this class, meaning that you will have to do some other work on your own as well. But that is also going to be explained on the main page that some of you probably already seen. So very quickly, this is just to welcome you here, and let me, okay. So on the first week, what we're going to be doing is a review of Italian 1. So if you haven't had a chance to do so, please look at the welcome or the front page of your class. So you have the days, the times, the link. You can click on it, or you can enter this on Zoom if you have the app. And so you don't really have to do anything before the first day of class. But if any of you wants to get a little bit of a head start, this is what I have. I have some of these are simplified versions of the pages that you have in Italian 1, and you can click on them and they give you a little bit of a workaround about that. And some of these, if you click on them, it's going to take you to Quizlet or some other resources, especially if you haven't had Italian in a while. Like if you had it in the spring or maybe even last fall or earlier. So this is a good way to get it back before we started with new material for Italian too. So you have the are, the ere, and the ire, and the verbi riflessivi, and most of this is, like I said, is going to be a lot of them. It's going to take you to a Quizlet set, or it's going to take you to a little video or something. Some of them I see here that I have like this is a Zoom link that may or may not be current, so I may remove the my lessons because I have some lessons that were unfortunately only stored in Zoom, and those are gone if I didn't put them on YouTube or somewhere else. So this I will have to probably give you a colleagues in the meanwhile. And then you have some reference materials, right? Quaderno of Giovanni Trombetta. There's a new version of it, the Quizlet, and some game kit sets, the YouTube channel. But also, if you want to do something or warm up before we meet on Monday, you can start doing this. This is due not on Monday, but on Tuesday, meaning that you are going to see how we do it and how to get there. But if you are familiar with Quizlet, you can choose any two sets from this class. You don't have to join that class. We will have our own Italian 2 class, but for review purposes, we are going to use any two of the Italian 1. Pick the ones that you feel like you can benefit the most from. If you don't remember how to do plurals, but you are good with verbs, then do the plural sets. Or if la preposizioni articolate or aggettivi possessivi, or if you would rather focus on the passato prossimo, again, this is up to you, whatever helps you the most. And then on Tuesday, and I will say this in class, but some people want to have a heads up. This is what's going to be the first part of this discussion is due on Tuesday by midnight. Most of the deadlines are going to be at midnight. So I want you to record voice or video saying this, right? And you can record directly on Canvas. But then by Friday, I want you to, oh, some people already have done it. I didn't expect that. Molto bene. So that was done today. That's why I didn't catch it earlier today. So by the end of Friday, and I see you have already one here, and I may add my own so that whoever writes their first already has two and can reply. The idea of having two different deadlines is that I want you to have some people to respond to. And again, I don't want everybody to respond to the first person. So if everybody responds to Paolo, right? Um, then the last person to post may not get any replies or their entries read. And yes, that's why there's a little bit of tie between one and the other one. Again, the second deadline, if you don't do it correctly, is you get half of the credit, but the second deadline is on Friday. So, allora, so per domani, per favore, venite. And if you are a little rusty, don't worry. That's why we are doing review, and we are going to start from the very beginning, like with adverbs, with basic verbs. Uh, but again, feel welcome to look at the resources that I put here. There's also at the end, there is at the end of the week, this week, this class is only 8 weeks long. That means it is twice as fast as a regular semester. So there's going to be something due at the end of every week. But I made that so that it's faster or easier. I went from having tests or exams from each unit to having only quizzes. So, and the grammar and everything, you will find hopefully that it is easier than Italian one, Italian. So, and once everybody submits this, and everybody can get a perfect score because you can submit it as many times as you wish until you get a perfect or full credit, but it will tell me how many times people had to take it, and it's not going to affect your score in any way, but it's going to tell me what I may need to review again, right? If there's anything that needs to that warrants a second look or a second explanation or more practice, and I will weave that into our second week or maybe even third week activities. So again, and I also, Canvas can also tell me which ones were the most difficult questions as an aggregate. So if it tells me they're all in the past or the ire conjugation, I can revisit that with you guys as well. Allora, questo è tutto. I didn't want to do too long, and it's already 7 minutes. So allora ci vediamo domani. I hope to see you all tomorrow virtually. Ciao.